Look at your life quietly. Not in judgment, not in fear, not in memory, but with a simple honesty. How many years have you spent trying to fix something? Trying to climb the mountain of your problems? Debt, anxiety, loneliness, relationship wounds, confusion, fear, and just when you reach the top, another mountain rises behind it. It feels endless. And so you search for healing, for a formula, for a savior, for the teacher who will finally take away your suffering. But listen closely. What if the enemy you've been fighting your entire life does not exist? What if all your battles have been with a shadow, a mirage, a projection of a mind that does not know itself? This is the radical clarity of Robert Adams. A clarity so gentle, so simple, and yet so shocking to the mind that clings to pain. One day, he said quietly, "I never had problems. I have no problems today, and I will never have problems." Not because life spared him difficulty, not because circumstances were ideal, but because he discovered the root of all suffering, the belief in a personal self, the I that collects grievances, the I that feels wounded, the I that tries to control the world, the I that is always afraid, the I that insists something is wrong. And so I invite you now, gently, to walk with me through this teaching, to dismantle the machine inside you that manufactures the illusion called my problem. Why do we live in constant inner storms? Robert Adams says, because we believe the world is real in the way we imagine it. We get entangled in circumstances, stories, memories, and desires. We cling to the things that come and go, and then wonder why we feel shaken. The turbulence isn't out there. It is the interpretation you place on life. You notice something happens. Immediately the mind says, "This is bad. This should not be happening. I must fix this." And just like that, the problem is born. Problems do not come from the universe. Problems come from expectations. From the mind believing the world must move according to its preferences. When the world does not match the story you've written, you suffer. Everything you call a problem is simply this. Life is not happening the way your personal mind wants it to. That's all. This realization is not meant to blame you. It is meant to free you. The ego, the false I, cannot exist without conflict. It feeds on the drama of me. It loves being the hero fixing things. It loves overcoming adversity because it strengthens its identity. This is why the ego will never allow you to be finished. It will always create another problem to solve. Robert Adams said, "Do not think you are so important that you must overcome a problem." It is the ego wanting to feel important. The ego wants to be a warrior. It wants to conquer. It wants to be admired for its strength. It needs enemies in order to exist. But look deeper. If the I that is struggling does not exist, then the problem doesn't exist either. Suspend the belief in the personal self for just one moment, and watch what happens. The problem disappears. It dissolves into the silence from which it came. If problems are illusions, what is real? Robert Adams points us to absolute consciousness, the natural state, Brahman, pure awareness. This is not a concept. It is the ground of your being. In this reality, everything is unfolding perfectly. Everything is in harmony. There are no mistakes, no accidents, no wrong turns. The mind cannot understand this because the mind only sees fragments. But the self, your true nature, knows the unity behind all appearances. When you see from the self, you realize you are not in the wrong place. You are not the wrong person. You never needed to struggle, you only needed to wake up. The longing to be someone else, to have a different life, to escape this moment, is the root of suffering. Right now, exactly as you are in the perfect place for awakening. The happiness you've spent your life chasing, in relationships, success, status, comfort, is not something to attain. It is something to uncover. Robert Adams said, "I speak of a complete happiness, an immutable happiness. You will remain in that state forever. This happiness does not depend on circumstances. It does not begin or end. It does not require anything from the world. It is your true nature. Peace, love, stillness, awareness. When you forget who you are, you suffer. When you remember, you are free. Every problem is born in the mind. Every solution appears when the mind becomes quiet. Your mind is like a lake. When it is disturbed, you cannot see the bottom. When it is still, you see your reflection, your true self. The entire teaching of Robert Adams can be reduced to one instruction: quiet your mind. not by force, not by suppression, but by returning to the heart, the center of peace within you. Surrender the mind to the heart. Let the noise fade. Let stillness rise. Robert Adams, following Ramana Maharshi, offers the most direct path to freedom, self-inquiry. Who am I? When a thought arises, do not chase it, not fight it, not judge it. Ask quietly, to whom does this thought come? It comes to me. Then ask, who am I? What is the source of this I? The ego begins to lose power. You become the witness of thoughts rather than their prisoner, and gradually you discover, the thoughts are empty. They have no weight and no truth and no authority. They are like mist and sunlight, the height of all his teachings. Robert Adams says, understand that the universe is your friend. The universe is made of love, not emotional love, not romantic love, but pure intelligence, the essence of existence itself. When you live from this love, nothing can harm you. Nothing can disturb your peace. You walk through life lightly, smiling gently, seeing the self in everyone. You become a light in the world, without effort, without intention, just by being yourself. There is nothing to fear, nothing to regret, nothing to fix. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are not the story you carry. You are not the wounds you remember. You are the infinite consciousness in which the story appears and disappears. Let go of the burden. Let go of the wounds. Let go of the self-pity. Let go of the belief that something is wrong. Love everything, for everything is the self, and when the story dissolves, you discover something beautiful. You have always been free. You simply forgot. Stop searching outside. Stop chasing happiness. Stop fighting shadows. Dive into the stillness within you, the only place where peace has ever lived. Your silence is the gateway. Your silence is your liberation. Your silence is your true nature.